You are listening to the Path to Mindset Mastery podcast. Today is all about how to find the right success partner and to know if your success partner is the right one on your journey. Even if you have an amazing success partner, we got to get around so many people like that. And I'm going to teach you how to do that and expand your network in such a profound way today. My name is Brad Bijak. I'm a mindset coach and inspirational speaker. And for the last 3 years, I have worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and home-based business owners and help people just like you shatter limiting beliefs and overcome self-doubt and build confidence and create the life you truly deserve. This is the Path to Mindset Mastery podcast. And there's something that I want to give you today. Below this episode, I created an entirely free course just for you. The entire focus of that course is all about how to get yourself to do the shit you know you need to do, but you just don't do it. It's about how to get out of your own way and turn consistency into a habit so you can move your business 2 steps forward without taking 3 steps back. It is a game changer. It is yours totally free, and it's linked up right below this episode. And if you're finding value in this today, give us a rating and review. We'd love to hear what you're taking from this. So let's dive in. There's a quote I want you to write down. This is actually a Brad Bijak original. I love when I'm able to quote that. I'm allowed like 1 a week. So I remember bringing this up in Appreciation Academy. And the quote is, "There is no greater life hack in the world than selecting your peer group intelligently." There is no greater life hack in the world than selecting your peer group intelligently, and it's so important that we realize this, because when a lot of people are starting out in entrepreneurship, they think that they need to do it themselves. That's an employee mindset. Doing it yourself is an employee mindset. It's not going to work. You can achieve so much more together than you ever can alone, because the ideas that come from other people are things you didn't even think about. It is a game changer with how fast your business and life will explode when you no longer are a loner. And you're surrounded by people that are playing ball at a super high level. When people are playing ball at a high level and that's all you're surrounded with, they expect you to succeed, so you'll succeed. Tony Robbins says, your life is a direct reflection of the expectations of your peer group. So I want you to imagine that your life is a multinational corporation. It's a multinational corporation, it's publicly traded, and this huge company that's changing lives, adding so much value out there. And to move that company forward, to make decisions for that company has what's called a board of directors, right? A board of directors are people that make decisions on where that company goes. Ultimately, you might have the influence of what happens as the CEO of that company, but the board of directors speaks for the shareholders, speaks for everyone. They have say in influencing your choices as the CEO of the company. Your life is the exact same way. It's the exact same way. You have a board of directors in your life. A board of directors in your life. And here's what I want you to ask yourself. The people that are sitting at your board of directors, while they might be great people, have they done or are they doing what you want to do with your life? And if the answer is no, you need to upgrade that. You need to upgrade it. It's so freaking important that you do. Otherwise, you're going to be taking business advice from, let's say, hypothetically, your spouse. And your spouse doesn't run a business. Does that make any sense? Sometimes, but not all the time, right? You want people that are doing what you're doing, believing what you're believing, influencing your choices. And so you might have to go through a couple success partners to find the right one, but we need to understand the difference between what's a peer or a success partner and what's a friend. Because a lot of people that I work with mistake friends as success partners. And can one be both? Of course they can. But the role of a peer is important here. It's so important, and that's what we're going to break through today. So a friend is someone you go to for support. It's someone you go to talk about challenges. It's someone you go to maybe bitch about your problems. It's someone you go to have fun with and to play around with. And friendships are so valuable. You need to have friendships. I recommend having lots of friendships. It's amazing. A peer is the next level. A peer is someone who you literally are worried about what they're thinking of you, so you will change who you are to adapt to their higher standard. That's what a peer is. A peer is someone playing ball at a high level, at equal or higher level than you. There's someone that when they're going after their dreams, you are wowed by them. You're like, oh my gosh, that is incredible. It's someone who makes you better. It's someone who challenges you to grow. It's someone that calls you on your bullshit. Does a friend always call you on your bullshit? Sometimes. But do they all the time? No. A peer will go, no, dude, that's totally bullshit. Step up in this way. They will level you up. A peer is someone who is going after something similar. It doesn't need to be the same type of business, but they value similar things. They value growth, they value contribution, they value taking risks. You need to have people in your corner that are playing ball at that level. And people ask me all the time, but Brad, like, I spend time with my kids and my spouse. And that's wonderful. You should spend time with your kids and your spouse. But you also need to upgrade your peer group. Because are your kids and your spouse, if you're building a business and you're the only person in your family that has a business, is taking all your business advice from your spouse, who is typically risk averse and hasn't built a business, the best idea all the time? Not saying that your spouse can't have incredible ideas. Not saying they can't provide valuable input. They absolutely can. What I'm saying, I take advice from a genius all the time. But what I'm saying is, if that's all you're surrounded by, then you're not going to have the business you want, because people that have success in that area or are trending towards success in that area aren't influencing you, and they need to be. So is it okay if your spouse isn't on your board of directors? Absolutely, it's okay. It's not a bad thing at all. We need to get around people that are playing ball at such a high level that you are inspired by them. Because write this down, when the people around you expect you to succeed, you will succeed. You will find a way to win, because you'll always want to conform to be loved by the people that you're around the most. Let me repeat that. You'll always want to conform to be loved by the people that you're around the most. So who are you around the most? And have you ever noticed that, let's say that you have friends that you hang out with all the time. Let's say that you really want to get healthy and your goal is to lose 50 pounds. And you start a nutrition plan to lose 50 pounds in an exercise program. But your friend group are people that, your peer group are people that go out and drink on a regular basis. And they're people that go out and have wings and go out and eat dinner out all the freaking time. No judgment if that's what they do. No judgment, but we're taking a look at your goals. If your goal is to lose 50 pounds and get in the best shape of your life and have 8% body fat, hypothetically, whatever it is, does it make sense to surround yourself with those people on a regular basis? Not saying you can't go out with them every once in a while. I'm saying on a regular basis. Because here's what's going to happen, right? Tell me if this is wrong. What's going to happen is, the first time you go out with them, you're going to be like, no, I'm not having anything today. I'm not having anything today. I'm going to stick to my nutrition plan. They're like, and they go, all right, weirdo. Right? But the next time you go out, you say it again. You're like, you know what? Like, this is 3 days later. You're like, no, I'm sticking to my nutrition plan. They go, all right, yeah, let me guess. You don't want to eat anything, don't want to drink anything, you're just no fun. And then what happens 3 days later? You get there to the restaurant, and the people will go, let me guess, you're not doing anything because you're super freaking lame today. And you start to feel bad inside. You start to feel like they're not loving you as much. So what do? You say, fuck it. You say, I'll have a couple beers. I'll have a basket of wings. I want to be like these guys. I want these guys to like me. I want to be included in this group. So you conform to what their standard is, because you're surrounded by them the most. Your peer group plays such a vital role in who you become. Jim Rohn said you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. It is a cliche for a reason. Do not roll your eyes at cliches. It is so freaking important that you believe that as well. You absolutely must. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself stuck. So who do you surround yourself with on a regular basis? And a good way to do this lesson is to ask yourself, okay, if I'm going after these big dreams, and I want to surround myself with people that are also going after their big dreams, what are the qualities and characteristics and beliefs, of someone that would be going after that? What are their qualities, characteristics, and beliefs? List them out. What is their consistent emotional state? What are their habits? What are their beliefs? What are their thoughts? Write those out. Then ask yourself, write out, who are the 5 people that I spend the most time with? List those people out. And take a look at the qualities and characteristics of a peer group and the qualities and characteristics of your people. And ask yourself, which of them actually lines up with all of those? If the answer is 1, 2 maybe, or none, you're gonna have a really hard time. If the answer is 3 or 4, you're gonna kind of balance each other out and be kind of neutral. If the answer is 5, you're gonna win. You're gonna freaking crush it. So it's all about finding, you're not gonna get all this right away. This is something you build over the course of time. I have spent years, almost a decade, marketing myself and getting to networking events and adding value to people's lives, where I have a peer group all over the freaking world that are playing ball at such a high level that inspires me every freaking day that I can go to for advice and talk to and serve and love and help. It's amazing, but it just started with starting one conversation. And by the way, how do you start conversations with those people? How do you start conversations with people playing ball at a high level? Really, really simple. Hi, I'm Brad. Nice to meet you. That's it. That's it. So the key is to not put them on a huge pedestal. Because when you put them on a huge pedestal, then you're a fangirl. And when you're a fangirl, are those people going to want to spend time with you? No. It doesn't make sense for them to want to spend time with you. They want to spend time with people playing ball at their level or higher, right? So where do you find these people? Where do you find an amazing peer group, an amazing success partner? Well, you can find it in your current business, sure. But chances are, you just gravitated to the person that was most like you. And I want you to ask yourself this. In your success partner calls, where you talk about what's going on, is it focused on bitching about what's not working? Or is it focused on what's next and finding a solution, going after big dreams? What do you tend to focus on in your conversations? That will tell you if it's a friend or a peer. Not saying friends are bad. Saying that if in a business, you need peers. You need people playing ball. So ask yourself, on a conversation, problem focused versus solution focused, where does it tend to go? If it's problem focused, get out. Not saying you can't love them, but get out of that success partnership. If it's solution focused, double down and serve them even more. Make their life even better. That's a success partner you want to stick with. And you're going to have to go through multiple success partners to find these people. You're going to have to go through like 2, 3, 4, 5 people trying out the relationship, seeing how it works before you find a rock solid one. Then you want to add one more to your peer group. So you go through 2, 3, 4 more, 5 people. And then you find one more. That's how it works. I've done this for a decade, and I have a group of 5, 6, 7 people that are just freaking crushing it at life. People playing ball at such a high level that inspires me, where I'm like, holy shit, I better get my act together, because they expect me to succeed, and therefore I succeed. The same will be true in your life. And you might be thinking, who would want to be success partners with me? You can't accept that level of childish talk in your life anymore. You gotta turn that off. That is childish, that is high school. Let go of that. Add value to people and quit worrying about what they're thinking of you. Add value to their life, make their life better. How do you do that? Be who you really are, not the person that's worried about what they're thinking of you. So where do we find these people? Where do you find these successful, incredible people? Well, you can ask your existing peer group for recommendations. That's how I found my success partner, Jeremy, who's the world blind golf champion. Dude's incredible. Found him just by asking a buddy of mine who was in my peer group, hey, do you know any other motivational speakers? And I got introduced to Jeremy. We talk all the time. Great guy. Next thing, after you ask for recommendations, and this is the most successful way I've ever found, you buy them. You buy them. What does that mean? Ask yourself, okay, these people playing ball at a super high level, where are they hanging out? Where are they hanging out? Well, chances are they're hanging out at events. They're hanging out at personal development seminars. They're hanging out at business conferences, leadership conferences. Are you going to those conferences, or are you thinking like your friend group instead of your peer group? What do I mean by that? Are you saying, I can't afford to get to that seminar because that's the way your friends think? Or are you thinking like your peers think, which is, I can't afford not to? I can't afford not to get to that seminar. I need to get to that seminar because I'm going to meet those people, I'm going to learn invaluable information, and that's what's going to explode my business and change my financial situation. Get there. Get to that event. And here's a tip when you get to those events. Don't get the cheap seats. Obviously, if you're challenged financially, do what you can. But if you can, find a way to get the expensive seats. Get the front row tickets. I do the diamond tickets when I go. And the reason is because, where do you think the ballers are hanging out? Where do you think the multimillionaires are hanging out? Where do you think the people playing ball at such a high level are hanging out? They're hanging out in the front row. They're hanging out up front. They're wanting people. They're ready to play all out with other people. That's where they exist. I have so many freaking connections from getting to events up close and personal. People that have run multi-million-dollar companies. People that have led retreats all over the world. People that have written best-selling books that have their books on the table with Rachel Hollis. People that are just crushing it in life. Another thing you can do, join masterminds. Pay for masterminds. When you join masterminds, you're exposed to all people that want to grow. It is an automatic entry ticket to a room full of people with the same values as you. It's a game changer. You can't afford not to. How do you get on their level? add value to their life, make their life better in some way, shape, or form. That is how I run my peer group. That is how I live and find success partners. It makes succeeding easy because they have so many ideas, so many tips, so many nuggets, so much inspiration. And when I'm feeling down, they're like, dude, change your state, let's go. And when they're feeling down, I'm like, dude, change your state, let's go. And we lift each other up and make each other better. We don't wallow in the shit. That's what a peer is. That's who you need to find. You need to find success partners that will make you play ball at a higher level. If you try to go through entrepreneurship alone, you will only get so far. You'll only get so far, and chances are it's not nearly as far as you want to get. So, I hope this served you today. I know it was a little tougher today. I hope this added value. Hope you decide to go out there and find an amazing freaking peer group. Now, don't forget to download your completely free online course. It's right below this episode. It's going to teach you how to have so much productivity and consistency and momentum in your business. Imagine moving your business 2 steps forward without taking 2 steps back. Imagine getting yourself to do all the things you know you need to do, not having your mind get in the way. It's an entirely free course just for you. Download that right below this episode. And as always, share this with people. Share this, get it on your Instagram stories, share it with others. It will serve them in so many ways. And if you're finding value in this, give us a rating and review. We'd love to hear your feedback, see how this has touched your life, see how it has helped you in some way, shape, or form. People need to hear this, and your reviews help us get in front of more people. So I hope you found so much value in this today. My name is Brad Bizjack. Make sure to go out there today and every day and live your life with a genuine smile on your face. I'll see you next week.